Now that you've logged into your AMDM class, what you will see is the first module that you need to complete. In order to see each module, you need to complete the module you are currently in. As you begin the course, the first module that you'll see is Course Introduction and Overview. To enter that, simply click on the name of this module, Course Introduction and Overview, and you'll notice that you have two things pop up. On the right-hand side, you have a screen which contains the first of the slides pertaining to this module. Here there's a video, which is a welcome video, and that kind of introduces myself and tells you a little bit about the course. Now this video is intended to tell you how you can go about navigating through the course. There are two ways to navigate once you are in the course. You can either, over here in the right-hand corner, use the arrow button to move to the next page. You'll notice that the second slide is also another video. This is how you go about logging into Blackboard using Genius. Once I'm done watching that video, I can then go to the third slide. And the third slide is actually a PDF checklist, and I'll be providing a checklist for each one of the modules. My suggestion is that you print off this checklist and actually mark it off to make sure that you've done all of the items on here. I'm going to go ahead and eliminate and let you know that filling out the student information form, I've taken that out of the module since we're doing the introductions through the discussion question at the end where you introduce yourself. Now the second way that you can navigate through a module is over here on the left-hand side. You can go ahead and click either the next item, which in this case is the syllabus. Please make sure that you read carefully through the syllabus. I'll be having an open house later in the week to kind of go over any details and questions. Make sure that you pay attention to the teacher communication portion of the syllabus. Feel free to watch the video on Skype for Business and Google Hangouts. That's how I'll do group study sessions as well as individual study sessions. Make sure you read over about student communication and then your course description. And it also gives you a breakdown of all of the units that you'll be covering in this particular course. And over here, now what's nice about using the buttons over here on the left-hand side is if I needed to go back to something, maybe I missed something in one of the videos and I want to rewatch it, I can toggle back up and down and kind of skip around. I can jump down to the discussion question. The next video that you're going to watch is how to go about answering the discussion question if you're not sure how to do that. Also included in this module is a pacing guide. The pacing guide is a breakdown of everything that you're going to have to do for this course, and I'll be updating this pacing guide and I will let you know once that is complete. By the way, that should say fall of 2017. This is not the updated pacing guide, so as soon as I get that updated I will let you know. Now in order to complete this module, you're going to have to go through all 7 of these items, the last one being the introduction, the idea that you're going to introduce yourself to the class. Once you've completed your introduction discussion question, the next module will open. Just to give you an idea of what they all look like, Now that I've finished the discussion question in my course introduction and overview, Module 1 has now opened. So when I go into Module 1, the same thing is going to, the first thing that opens up is an assessment, pre-assessment. Make sure you include your last name, first name, and then answer all of the questions. And then at the very bottom, make sure you hit Submit. Once you've done your pre-assessment, click on the tab to get back into your platform, the Blackboard platform. And then again, you can navigate by arrowing over, or you can click over here on the right-hand side. Now, this next part of this first unit is digital skills. Each unit will have a digital skills component. So there's nothing on this particular page, but when I go to the next slide, you'll notice that it starts me off with a video. And again, you can navigate here by using the arrow buttons, go all the way through, or you can be clicking over here on the left-hand side. Once I have completed all of the videos, then I'm ready to do my discussion question. Notice it says here that you could click to launch the discussion question. Here I'm going to have to give 2 examples how using a Google Drive will help you be more successful as an online student this semester. Please remember to always use complete sentences when you're doing a discussion. And there will be a video just on discussion questions. Next, I'm going to move on to the section A. It identifies your learning outcomes for this particular unit. My outcomes here are students will use proportions and fundamental counting principle to estimate large numbers. Students may simplifying assumptions about real-world situations to formulate and solve the mathematical problem. Again, arrow over. The first thing that you're going to see is your essential questions. How do you determine the size of a crowd at a parade? And then the next thing you're going to see is some printout that you can download. You'll need this for your assignment. It's a conversion chart in case you're uncomfortable with converting. Next, there's a little video on converting, so you can go ahead and watch the video. Then I have another little PowerPoint on how to go ahead and do proportions. Anything that takes you outside of the platform, you simply click back on your Blackboard platform and go back into it. Now we have estimating crowds, little video on estimating crowds, and then finally we get down to the assignment worksheet. Now for every assignment you're going to have to download the worksheet, and there's a video on how to go about doing assignments, so I'm not going to talk about that here, but you'll have to download the assignments. Now in most of the lesson sections, the assignment portion is actually prior. That's usually the first thing that you come to is the assignment. So download the PDF, and then as you move to the next slide, you'll notice, and you can go ahead and hit OK, there's a video showing you how to answer some of those questions. You then go back to the assignment and upload it. Be sure to watch the video on how to go about doing all of the assignments. The only other thing I'd like to say is when you do get to a quiz, please keep in mind once you click to launch, that's your first attempt. You only get 2 attempts on every quiz, and if you only spend a few minutes, because I can log the time that you have, then that will determine whether or not you get a 3rd attempt on the quiz. But after the 2nd attempt, I will simply take the highest of 2 grades. Now, once you have completed all of the assignments and quizzes over here on the left-hand side, the last thing that you have is the test. Once you take the test for this course, it will then open the next module. So I hope that helps you a little bit with navigating through the Blackboard website. And again, we want to make this as successful a semester as possible, so please make sure you reach out to me as soon as you have any questions.